barn burner because both guys are pretty tough. Chito Vera never been stopped. Tough guy, 135, big 135. Fought at 45 his last fight. And Sean O'Malley, the lanky, the rangy, the undefeated. I don't want to say hype, but he's got a lot of pub. He is sharpened up and polished, ready to go to be a next superstar. And they want a superstar in those lower weight classes, as we talked about before. So it shapes up. I mean, looking at the trailer, you can tell that, Sean O'Malley is like the A side in a way in that fight, right? So Chito was there. Chito was a live dog. I don't know if you saw. Somebody bet 40 grand on Vera to finish O'Malley. And that guy, I don't know if it's an Ecuadorian narco. I don't know if it's some dude who's just chilling at the Wynn and was bored, but he knew something was up, and that cashed in. Let's get to the fight because, Zach, I think this is the closest ever that I know how you feel when Anthony Joshua fights, because Chito is Ecuadorian. He's the first and only Ecuadorian guy, right? A couple Ecuadorians came over. My mom's Ecuadorian. When he comes out, you could cut the tension with a knife. It is silent. Like, it's like everybody is about to go to war, right? It's just like, wait a minute. This is the shit. Co-main event, heavyweight title coming up next. Like, and you're facing this undefeated dude. The hair is in the flag colors. Like, what is going on right now, right? This is full on. He comes in. O'Malley comes in very relaxed. Rogan's all about this dude's meditation and all about this motherfucker's cold plunging and all the saunas and all the stuff. And Chito Vera's like, let's go! Oh! And Chito's just like ready to kill a dude. And he's all about, he has that Ecuadorian style of kill or be killed. So that's what he's about. And it went all the way until the fight ended because the fight click. And apparently they didn't have Ecuadorian shorts for my guy, so he went with the blue. And the fight starts, and it's a kicking battle and a range battle for pretty much the whole fight. A lot of fakes, a lot of movement. Chito flinching and falling for a lot of the fakes right away in the first half of that round. As the fight went on and as the round progressed, Chito stopped biting so many on the fakes, and O'Malley was starting to do a lot more. The issue came at about 2 minutes and 43 seconds, I believe, left in the round, or about 2:50-ish. Chito lands a calf kick, and you can see when he tries to step back, the leg kind of wobbles right there. So it's definitely injured. It's like a Michael Chandler situation with, I forgot who he fought in Bellator. You can do the Alex Perez and Formiga situation at flyweight. Same thing. The calf kicks are brutal, Zach. It was pioneered by Benson Henderson. And then, or it could be he broke his foot on a kick. Who knows? Or the check, because he came back and Chito checked some hard kicks as well. But then they showed like he rolled his ankle a little bit, but it was already damaged before that, right? And he really didn't have his footing there. I noticed right away that he was a wounded animal. And then Chito kind of hit him. He fell over. One punch, that elbow that cracked him. And Herb Dean said, I think it was Herb Dean. He said, you know what? This is enough. And we're all good here. And the corner said early stoppage. I don't think so. I think he was saving. I think he knew that the guy, he knew that O'Malley's leg was gone. What's the point of taking elbows to the face for 3 minutes, right? You saved a young kid a beating and live to fight another day. I think that is great refereeing. I think the corner needs to wake up and realize, I understand that's his first loss, but come on, man. Clearly he was incapacitated. I don't know if there was an injury before. I think he hurt it in the fight. Therefore, it's all good. I think it's a disappointing ending. I think Chito needed to show more. Honestly, I think Chito kind of overdid his whole, like, he acting like he came in there and Jorge Masvidal him, bro. You know, he thought he came in there with a flying knee in 5 seconds. I get it. You beat him 6 in a row at bantamweight. You know, probably should be 7 overall. 6 straight finishes at 35. Where does he go from here? I don't want him to fight Merab. Personally, I don't want – Merab is such a machine right now. That is a heck of a matchup, but I think they're going to want to protect Chito because Chito took that short notice fight at 45. He came in co-main event, well prepped. They're going to have to ride this momentum. Ecuador fans are going nuts. It's like the country
rematch
for a second. Huh?
Surely a rematch.
Not right away, though. It depends on the injury. If it's not that bad, then, yeah, do the rematch right away. I think they're going to do it, but I think Chito was game in that fight, Zach, from that 4 minutes I saw. I think Chito was in that fight. He didn't look outclassed. He didn't look like nothing crazy. It just looked like it was a range fight, and Chito is a slow starter. He throws a lot of punches and volume, and O'Malley's more of a, rangy, I'm going to find you, and then I'm going to bop you to death,
Yeah, I mean, no, but the day before the fight, got the weigh-ins, they're both staring at each other. Cheetah's talking, be like, oh, you're not saying nothing now. I'm going to knock you spark out. And I can understand the celebration to an extent because obviously meant a lot for him to, beat someone like O'Malley, with all that talking going involved, the disrespect shown, all of that. It must have felt bloody good. But, going into this fight, I'd say there's a bit of an asterisk on that win. And I'm sure Chito will know that deep down, and I'm sure O'Malley will protest that. But O'Malley, trying to, as the fight starts, going into the range, trying to use it, obviously to his advantage. A lot of feinting, and Chito was biting on it. O'Malley's, trying to work out his movements, what he's going to do. Because, he's very, in a similar way, sort of like Conor, he's got a lot of precision and power, and he's not just going to throw a lot of strikes. He's going to throw, as we saw against Wineland, that one clean strike, and it would do you. But as you said, though, I would say Chito it was a short fight, but Chito was starting to adapt.
Yeah.
He was starting to look a bit better. He wasn't starting to look as nervous, biting on everything. And then I actually think it was after the leg kick. I think it's just the way O'Malley stepped back. It was just bad positioning for him, and then his leg was knackered from there and fell to the ground. Vera landed some 2 sweet elbows. Whether he went in and out of consciousness, that's debatable. I agree. I think it was a really good stoppage. O'Malley's a young kid, 25, 26?
Yeah. 25.
And with a bad leg, could he have gotten up from that even if he wasn't hurt? With his leg, he would have just been compromised. The kid lived to fight another day. He came out. He looks fine apart from his leg. So I think it was a great stoppage, and I can understand why a lot of people are upset because they were expecting, an absolute war from this
And it was
fight.
shaping up to be, right? What you wanted to see out of O'Malley was going to happen. What does O'Malley do when somebody comes at him? What can he adjust? Does he have a plan B or a C? We were shaping up to see that. And if Chito could just weather the storm and figure it out, it was shaping up, but the calf gave out or whatever, man. I'm going with it. I'm riding it. There was no drunk DMs though, Zach, but I think there'll be another fight. I think, you know what? I wonder if he'll want to get a quick fight. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still in shape. He didn't fight that much.
Yeah, I know, but I think looking at O'Malley, it's just like, obviously it's not a huge loss, but where'd you go from here? Because I really do think he should put some weight on. He's really tall for that weight class. He was a bit nimble, a bit brittle. And if you look at guys, like not even if you look at people like a Sensao, Cody, they're all short, compact, like stocky, kind of what you see with welterweights like Woodley and Burns.
Right.
And so maybe you just need to drink more milk or something. Who knows? Or eat some more porridge or Weetabix. But I think definitely as he gets older, I can definitely see him moving up to featherweight, if not, because he's going to have to put more weight on, I think. Obviously it was just unlucky, but I just kind of think that maybe he was just a bit too, I don't know if nimble's the right word, but, when you're that height, and I know because I'm lanky, and you're really tall and you're skinny, then you're a bit more prone to injury. So, it'd be good.
He's got to get on that workout. He's got to get on that squat routine is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. So that would be really interesting to see, because if he's doing that against Chito Vera, how is he going to take, like a kick against
Peter Yan or Jose Aldo?
Yeah, there you go. So I think O'Malley just needs to rest up, chill. I'm sure he definitely hasn't lost any fans with that. And then I'm sure when he comes back, they give him a warm-up fight because they're obviously looking to protect him. Yeah. I'm sure as soon as O'Malley lost that, Dana went into he locked himself in the panic room after that card. But yeah, I mean, fair play. We called it, not in the way that we thought it would, but we called Vera winning, and yeah.
It kind of ended how I thought it would, though, with Vera on top with elbows. The ending was good, but the whole leading up to it was not what I thought would happen.